Hi there, this is Chris Klein, Director of Butterfly Ridge. Today is seed planting day. We were out of town there for a while. Normally we start planting seeds around St. Patrick's Day, but this year it's going to have to wait till April. As you can see, I'm in our greenhouse. It's a little 12 by 20 hoop house, not anything super fancy. And so today we're starting seeds. We start them in what we call seed flats. So what we got are your typical empty flat that you get your petunias or whatever in. And hopefully as you get to know me better, you will learn to try planting something other than petunias. Maybe some native plants like the ones I'm going to be planting here. So what we do is we put newspaper in the bottom so all of our soil doesn't fall down through those holes. Then we load soil into our flat. Our objective will be to get soil up to the top of the flat, to that top lip there. This takes a little bit of time, so I might stop the video and then restart once we have this thing full. We'll see what happens. The soil that we are using is ProMix, specifically ProMix Premium Moisture Potting Mix. We have tried a variety of different soils, and unfortunately way too many of them. Sorry, I'm rocking the boat here, just noticed that. Hopefully y'all aren't getting seasick watching this. We've tried a variety of soils, and unfortunately a bunch of them, in fact most of them, we ended up with soil fungus problems. So far the ProMix has kind of been an exception to that rule, so that's why we stick with the ProMix. Now we're going to tamp this down just a little bit, compact it just a little bit. We don't want it real compacted because then all of our water is just going to run off, but we do want a little firmer bed for our seeds. Now we've got water can. So we are going to water our soil. We want this soil to be good and soppy wet to receive our seeds. Today we are, just had a washout. So today we are going to be planting American Senna. Senna hebecarpa, I believe it is. And with it being a legume, we better fix that washout. With it being a legume, not only does that seed need to be stratified, where you simulate cold winter conditions, it also has to be scarified, because the seed coat on it is a little bit thicker, and so you have to do something to break down that seed coat. What we do is we use an old Ovaltine can, and we line the inside of it with sandpaper, and then we just roll the seeds around inside the Ovaltine can for 4 or 5 minutes to scratch up that seed coat. Okay, there we go. Once you can hear the water coming through, that's a good sign. So here's my bag of Senna seeds. We stratified them from March 12 to April 1st. Always write that information on the outside of the bag. So these guys should be ready to start growing. We stratify them. Basically all it is like playground sand mixed with the seeds, and make the sand damp. If anything, it feels like this sand was maybe a smidge too wet. It's not falling apart very well. So that is how we stratify. Yeah, we definitely had too much water in this, mixed in with this sand. We're coming out way too clumpy. So there you go, food for thought for you folks. What you're seeing here was not entirely the right way to do that. So yeah, I don't know if you can see how clumpy this looks. The problem with clumpiness is when the seeds start to germinate, we'll end up with a bunch of seeds all in one spot, which makes transplanting them a little bit more of a challenge. Yeah, so what we will do once our seedlings start growing, we transplant them into 6-packs, and then from there we either sow them directly into the ground, or we sow them, transplant them into a little bit bigger pot and then put them in the ground. Okay, so we got our seeds spread. Let's cover with soil. There are some seeds that you actually don't cover with soil. The general rule is that you look at the thickness of the seed. And so my senna here is about 1/8 of an inch thick, which means we want to cover them with about 1/8 of an inch of soil. Really super small seeds like cardinal flower, monkey flower, rose pink, some of the mints, I mean, those seeds are just really super tiny, in which case you don't actually cover them at all. Okay, they actually need exposure to the sunlight in order to germinate. Okay, we got that covered. Get our water again, give it another good watering here. Then when we're done, we've got a heat mat that we will set these on. The heat mat is the only active heating process that we have here in this greenhouse. We don't have electric heat, propane heat, anything like that. Now we do have, I don't know if you noticed when I got my water, I have like big Rubbermaid tubs of water in here. The point of those is twofold. Number one, it gives me access to water when my overnight temperatures are still going to be cold, because I can't run hoses and stuff outside out of risk of things freezing. So this way, this gives me access to water while there's still that freezing risk going on. Secondly, these great big tubs of water, they actually absorb heat during the day and then release it at night, and so that way it's kind of a passive way of heating the greenhouse. And so that's why we like to use the big Rubbermaid tubs. And so that is how we plant our seed flats. I'll put them over on the heat mat, and hopefully we can get these guys going, have some seedlings here by the end of this week. And so if you have any questions, you can email me. That's the best way to get a hold of me. That's Chris@butterfly, a little hyphen sign, ridge, RIDGE.com, and I will help answer questions. We do give away free seed, so let me know if you need seed, or you can swing by Butterfly Ridge when we open on April 15 and grab some seed that way too. Alrighty, bye.